Open a new software product, and the landing page screams AI agent in giant letters. But half the time, you realize you're just looking at a basic chatbot wearing a very convincing trench coat. This diagram shows the structural divide. On the left, a standard chatbot relies entirely on a single reasoning model. It answers a prompt and stops. On the right, a true AI agent triggers a cascade of interconnected processes, working continuously until the job is done. True autonomy comes from the structure of the body, not the raw intelligence of the brain. A genius brain in a jar still can't pick up a pencil. An agent requires a specific 6-organ anatomy to function. Understanding these 6 parts is the only reliable way to separate a real autonomous system from a chatbot in a disguise. This is the anatomical map of an AI agent. It operates as a single body containing 6 specific organs: perception, reasoning, memory, tools, planning, and action. Perception acts as the senses. It takes messy real-world data, like scraped web pages, database rows, or error codes, and translates them into a structured format the rest of the system can actually work with. Without these senses, the agent acts on its imagination. It will confidently book a flight that doesn't exist because it never genuinely looked at the live data. Next is the brain. Reasoning is the large language model that interprets the perceived data, weighs its options, and chooses the smartest next move. This organ is incredibly capable, but it is also isolated. A brilliant reasoner with no other components can formulate a perfect strategy and then do absolutely nothing about it. It is eloquent thinking out loud. Reasoning is necessary for agency, but it is not sufficient. Agents also require a way to overcome the inherent amnesia of base language models. The memory organ provides an external system to persist state and maintain context across a task. This involves 2 layers: short-term working memory for the current step, and long-term memory, often a vector store, to recall facts and preferences from previous sessions. Without this, the agent reintroduces itself every 30 seconds. It can't pursue a long goal because it keeps losing the plot. To bridge thought and action, we use the tools organ. These are the agent's hands, granting it the power to run code, search the web, or query an API. In 2026, these hands are standardized through the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. It's the universal port that gives agents plug-and-play access to external tools across the entire industry. An agent with a brain and memory but no hands is just a strategic planner permanently frozen at a desk. True agency requires a physical reach into the world. Sustained autonomy depends on the planning organ. This executive function breaks a fuzzy goal into a sequence strategy and then replans the moment reality pushes back. This is where most systems fail. Without planning, an agent succeeds on step 1 and then wanders aimlessly. It lacks the coordination to hold a goal across a long horizon. The action organ functions as both the muscle and the feedback nerve. It executes the chosen tool call and then immediately captures the result as a fresh observation. This observation feeds back into the perception organ at the top. The agent sees what happened, adjusts its reasoning, and goes around the loop again. This continuous, self-correcting cycle is the definitive boundary between a one-shot response tool and a living, autonomous agent. You can evaluate any agent product using a simple 6-point diagnostic checklist based on this anatomy. 1. Perception. Does it sense its environment, or is it blind past your text? 2. Reasoning. Is a real model making decisions? 3. Memory. Does it remember state across sessions? 4. Tools. Can it actually do things or only talk about them? 5. Planning. Can it re-sequence its strategy when things break? And 6. Action. Does it observe its own results to close the loop? If a system is missing memory, planning, and that continuous loop, it is an honest chatbot, not an agent. Industry data shows that swapping the architectural framework around the exact same model can cause massive swings in reliability. The body matters as much as the brain. True agency is an orchestration of all 6 organs operating in a loop. When you see the anatomy, you'll never be fooled by a trench coat again.